intersection of my deepest needs. You were there, I knew, now you know.
Hi there, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly, no, it's not going to be week 3. It's going to be from the 20th until the 31st of December reading, all right? For you guys, it's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. So for those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. And really sorry that it has been a long time, I understand. But for some reasons, I haven't been able to connect with air signs energy lately. Like, I don't know, I haven't done Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis. Scorpios, it was a technical malfunction. It was not because I could not connect to them. But yeah, so sorry, okay? But thank you so much for your patience. So anyway, let's talk now. You have the Nine of Wands, you have the Devil card, and you also have the Two of Pentacles as your overall energy. It's pretty similar with the Leo readings that I did, I think, because there's this Nine of Wands in there, and there's the sense of fatigue. You know, there's the sense of tiredness. Why? It's because of the Devil side. Devil side, it also talks about our shadow side. You know, our fears, our subconscious fears, our insecurities, our jealousy, our possessiveness, our obsessiveness, our fear of being rejected, our fears of being abandoned and all that, right? And these things, these shadow sides are keep on piling up to the point that you are in a state where you're the Nine of Wands right now. So if you guys are in a relationship that has been going on for quite some time, you know, like, I kind of need to check if it's focusing or not. Oh, it's not focusing on my face. Great. But at least it's focusing on the card. But anyway, Nine of Wands, if you guys have been dealing with somebody for a very, very long time, Nine of Wands talks about you guys feeling very, very tired because it seems that your effort, your initiatives, you probably have done it like 8 times, and it's always resulting in you guys getting burned and burned and burned. So you're tired, like if you want to put that initiative again, or you want to put in that effort again, you're like, oh, I don't know. The last time I did it, it didn't really end up well with me. You know what I mean? Like, it just adds up to my insecurities. It just adds up to, you know, the wounds that I feel, the hurt that I felt and all that. So you're not really certain about that. But if you guys have been going through a breakup and you're single, there is a part of you that is very, very tired. It's like, when your friends are telling you, come on, Gemini, just come on, go on a date, you know, date somebody else, date multiple people, you'll get over this person very soon. But you're like, oh, really? I don't think so. Because, you know, I've been putting my heart out there, and I've been, you know, handing out my cups. I've been handing out your heart out there, and you always end up getting burned. So you're not really sure whether you want to do it or not. It's a very, very fatigue. It's kind of like quite pessimistic, I must say, Gemini. What happened? You know, it's a Sagittarius season. It's my season. It's supposed to be fun. But yeah, there's a sense of fatigue, and you're like the Two of Pentacles. So it's either you might be comparing between 2 people, or you might be comparing of, you know, this is my current situations. This is actually the situations that I would like to do in the futures, and what is it that I need to do in order to balance things out, or if for me to get this future that I actually want. So there's this period where you're kind of like slowing down because you're listening to your shadow side, and you're kind of like listening to that Two of Pentacles. So there's a comparing side. So it's either you're dating multiple people and you're comparing both people, or you're still dealing with your ex and then your present person and you're comparing them both together, whatever. But there's this comparison going on in here. What is the challenge here is the Nine of Pentacles and also the Eight of Swords. Overthinking, of course. Eight of Swords is always about overthinking. Our thoughts is what traps us into becoming this way, because it's swords. Swords is all about our thoughts. How we discipline our thoughts is the only way for us to get out of this mental entrapment. But again, this is the overall challenge. I cannot really pinpoint who is doing what to who, unlike the overall energy, which is obviously yours. The overall challenge is like a wild card. So this could be you dealing with this thing, or this could be them. Yeah? So Eight of Swords, again, mental entrapment, the period of overthinking. For me, you know, Eight of Swords is also a card of like to making things up inside of their head. You know what I mean? Like, do you know those type of people? Like, you didn't do anything wrong, but in their mind you did something wrong. It's like an accusatory things is because of the things that they created inside of their head, and they believe in the things that they created inside of their head. And Nine of Pentacles in here probably having a little bit of financial difficulties, or somebody who has a little bit of a codependency attitude, or an unhealthy relationship or attachment issues, you know, like an avoidant person or like an anxious person in relationship. So yeah, let's see what happened in the past. Lima kartu masa lalu. That means 5 cards in the past. Indonesia. I just like asking questions. In Indonesia, I don't know why. Lima kartu masa lalu. Temperance card. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius. You might be dealing with a Capricorn, a fire sign, or an air sign there. Or Leo. Strength card in reverse. Seemingly very, very get their things all together, but deep down inside they're furious and frustrated. Ace of Pentacles. Hangman. Oh, so things, if you guys are dealing with one person, we'll get to the 2 people scenarios at the second portions of the reading, all right? But if you guys are dealing with one person, the things has been very, very volatile in a way that you like Temperance is Sagittarius card, so we can talk about, you know, somebody who is very, very what do you call it? They're very, very optimistic. They're also seems to get their shit together. Like, it's chaotic outside, it's hectic, but they're like very, very chill in the way that they live their life. Temperance also talks about somebody who seems to be wise, and somebody who's very philosophical, somebody who mentally stimulates you, somebody who likes to teach you things, you know what I mean? And with these qualities of them are the things that you like the most about them, you know? With this Ace of Pentacles, you feel like, oh my God, this person's unique quality is this. This is what made me fall in love with this person and all that, right? But the thing is that this person do have a little bit of impatient issues. Fire signs. I mean, if you guys are dealing with fire signs, that's what fire signs does, you know what I mean? And when they do this, yeah, it's either they really say their frustrations or their angers out loud, or they do this in an indirect manner, like ghosting or silent treatment, or throwing like a little bit of a sarcastic jabs here and there, or being passive aggressive or being petty, whatever. That's their ways of showing their frustrations. You guys are like the hangman, so you try to understand them, but the way that they perceive you is like you're not listening, because it's like you guys are not so emotionally responsive towards their needs. They just don't want you to listen. Look, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm just reading what they're saying, okay? They don't want you to just listen. They don't want you to just understand what they're coming from and whatever. They needed some cuddles. They needed some assurance. They needed something. Something that they feel like you didn't provide. But from your side, if somebody were to say to you, like, look, Gemini, I don't like it because you're emotional and responsive, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about, Anisa? Because I try to understand you. How am I not emotionally responsive towards this person when all I've been trying to do is just try to understand their perspective? I try to be very, very understanding. Oh, maybe because of, you know, their childhood memories, or because of how they dealt with their exes and whatever. Like, I try to understand them. Why do you mean, Anisa, that I'm not emotionally unresponsive? But that's how they think. Okay, 5 kartu masa sekarang. That means 5 cards in the present moment. 5 kartu masa sekarang. Wheel of Fortune. I'm pretty certain that, like, a lot of you are actually dealing with Sagittarius, because it's all Sagittarians card here. Or somebody with a Jupiter and Gemini. 4 of Swords. Queen of Swords, 4 of Cups. Interesting. And now you're taking a very, very safe stance. You don't want to get hurt again, right? Because you feel like, geez, when I done what I could have done in the past, and this person is so still very, very unappreciative of my effort. And they're also frustrated, right? They're also frustrated, they're stressed out and all that. that kind of like led them to be very, very vague, and they seem like nice 1 second, and then after that they're like weird the next second. They could be the sweetest, charming, intimate person on the entire world, today, and then tomorrow they could literally be blowing up like Krakatoa, I think, how you pronounce it in English, right? Yeah, but in Indonesia we pronounce it Krakatau. Yeah, like Krakatoa, for instance. You know what I mean? So with that, you're like, gee, I'm really tired with this volatility. I'm really tired with how you're such a wild card. Like, I don't know. Like, one day you could hurt me so bad, and then the other day you try to pull me in. It's not okay, because every time they hurt you, like, see, this is how people misperceive you sometimes. Like, you forgive people very easily, but you don't forget things. Unlike Sagittarius, like, I could literally move on. Like, if I'm angry with you, and then after that, like 15 minutes later, I could be totally fine with you. Gemini can't do that, because you're like all thoughts, right? Like, you forgive easily. Yeah, okay, I forgive you, but I don't forget that you did that to me, and it hurts. It stinks. You know what I mean? And so you're like, well, it still stings. It still stings. It's not stings as it's like smelly, but stings like, Scorpio stings. You know what I mean? It's still painful. And you're like, no, I won't allow you to do that to me again. There should be boundaries on how you treat me. You can't just be the sweetest person one minute and then the shittiest person the next moment and get away with it all the time. So now you're creating safe boundaries. And they're like, well, I don't know if I want it or not, because they're kind of like quite indecisive. Because for them, they feel that what they did was actually justifiable for some reason. And you're not listening, unless you understand the message that I'm trying to convey here. I'm not letting you in emotionally. I don't trust you with my heart anymore. I don't trust even myself to even expect you to change. So that's how you think. So you try to put it to rest. And you try to sleep it off with the 4 swords in here. Not think much about this. 5 kartu masa depan. That means 5 cards in the future. Nine of Cups. Well, maybe they need to do that. Knight of Wands. Sun card. Empress card. Magician card in reverse. High Priestess. Right, so interesting. So they are going to be taken. So I think they're going to be taking quite some time out, spacing themselves out for a little bit for their Nine of Cups, because they feel that they need to take care of their own emotional well-being first. And I feel like once they get to that point, they are, I think it's actually coming in vice versa. So there's going to be a period where you feel like you do want to initiate something to them, and they want to initiate something with you. So it's just a matter of who feels it the most. You know what I mean? It's just a timing thing. Like, it could be them doing this to you, or this could be you doing this to them, because you guys are going to be on the same page. So what is happening is that there's going to be a brief moment where you're going to be either reconnecting or talking in a good way, because, Nine of Wands and Sun card is talking about, hi, how are you doing? Oh, excited. I really, I feel happy that you're doing this. Like, you're going to be excited with what's going on with their life. They're going to be excited what's going on with your life and all that. But then For some reasons, you guys are like the Magician card in reverse. Like, why, Gemini? Why would you pull away just to test them? I mean, kind of like, because in the future, they're going to be like the Knight of Wands. So they're like, it's a bit lighthearted, because they're going through the same traumatic experiences that you guys are, but the thing is that they don't show it. You know what I mean? And when you guys are reconnecting, they're really expecting a lot, but then you guys are like the Magician card in reverse, meaning that you guys are going to be kind of like quite vague with them, just because you want to see their reactions. And I think they're going to stop doing that to you simply because they feel like you're playing games. So my advice for you, if you guys are dealing with one person, is that if you want them back in the future, like, just be nice. But if you don't want them back, like, just be friendly and then kick them away from your life. Don't be kind of like quite vague just to test their reactions and whatever, because I don't feel like it's going to work well in the long run, okay? So that is if you guys are dealing with one person. So if you're dealing with one person, your reading ends now. I'm going to cut because my memory space is running out. Wait a second, guys. Right, now we're going to the single reading. So if you guys are dealing, if you guys are done with this person, yeah, and you guys are single, there's going to be a period of time where you're going to be taking care a lot about your looks, you know, and you're going to be putting a lot of price into it. So it's either you're going to have like a haircut, or you're going to be doing your nails, or you're going to be like, for some reasons, you just like to dress like better and all that. You're going to be attracting somebody probably with a fire placement or a water placement. Yes, and this person is going to see like, oh wow, look, like I really like this person, right? But with this person, you like the attention that you're getting from them. But the thing is that I don't know, like, for some reasons, you don't see this happening very well in the long run. My advice to you is just to go with the flow. You know what I mean? Don't overthink it in the beginning. Why are you guys being such a nurse sign lady? Just go with the flow. I mean, don't judge people just because, you know, oh, this person is too much of a Nine of Wands for me, is too either immature or too young or too adventurous or too this, too that, too this, too that. But there is a certain qualities in the people that are good, you know? It's not, you know, what you're seeing is just basically like the exterior of it. Probably you would like the interior. Don't kind of like judge them right away. And I think one of the reasons why you guys are going to be saying that this person, you're having a hard time trying to manifest or trying to believe in your connections with this new person, simply because this person is a bit busy. So they have their own life. And you guys have your own life too, but they're like really, really busy. Like, they have their work, they have their hobbies, they have this. Okay? All right, so that is if you guys are single. What happens if you guys are dealing with two people? Let's do it. If you guys are dealing with two people, let's start with person B. Person B is just somebody who has a bit of temper issues, I should say. Somebody who's like, you know, when they're angry, they're really, really angry. When they're angry, it's like Krakatoa, or it's like a volcano explosions and all that. And I feel like with this person, you guys are just kind of like quite tired, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to be tolerating you and your antics. Not going to do anything about it. Not going to be expecting anything about it. Like, I'm just going to watch you do these crazy stuff by your own, and it's not going to bother me anyway. In the now, I mean, this person still does want you, and there's this, again, frustration because this person is trying to get something out of you, trying to get an emotional reactions out of you, but they never get it. So now, in the now, they're like the Two of Swords, meaning that they're kind of like quite indecisive, but they're still going to be, doing certain things to get, reactions, either be friendly or either being very, very mean just to get a reactions out of you. You're like the Four of Cups, like, look, I don't want you, I don't trust you emotionally, I don't even want you to be my best friend because I don't trust you that much. And in the future, this person is going to be like the Knight of Wands because they feel that you are really separating from them, like you're really detached in this is, and they kind of like see this as a challenge. And you're like the Magician card reversed, so you're just like, I don't know, like for some reasons it's kind of like, why don't you just burn this bridge? I mean, if you have like work together with them, or if you have a child together with them, I get it, you know, you don't want to burn the bridge with this person. But if you have nothing, why don't you just burn the bridge? I mean, this person is toxic, right? So that's person A. Person B is temperance. So you feel that this person has their shit together. This person was a Nine of Cups. So this person, you feel that this person is very, very spiritually awakened. This person is like, again, as I said, like a teacher or optimistic person, or like a spiritual person, might be an astrologer, whatever. But, or she could be like a professor or whatever, or religious that you really, really like, whatever. But you really like this quality about them, right? And then, but this person is such a wild card because this person is like vague. Like you don't really know what this person wants. Like one day this person is the nicest person on earth. Like this person wants to be serious with you. The other day this person just want to play with you. And all that, and you're just kind of like quite tired with that volatility and that fluctuative movement, and you're like the Queen of Swords, so you're not letting this person in. But this person is kind of like quite your weakness right now, Gemini. I gotta say this because once they're back in their zen, once they're back in their nature that you really like, whatever that is, yeah, it could literally be like your meditation teacher or your meditation instructor. When they're in their zone and you really like it when they do it, you're like, oh, I'm melting. Let's see. Well, because I didn't do your early December reading, let's just see how this person feels, right? Or what are their intentions with you, okay? Because the way that I see it here, I don't know. Ini orang perasaannya gimana sih sama Gemini? They're kind of like quite undecided. Why? Because they are, I mean, those things that you really like about them is just a mask. Yeah, it's an exterior face. Deep down inside lies somebody who is very insecure, lies somebody who went through a lot. So when it comes to love, when it comes to relationship, this person takes their slow damn ass time. That's why they're being vague. That's why they seem cool and detached. Everything that you're doing to them seems to not be affecting them. Why? Because they're always in this stance. Simply because of the past experiences that fucked them up really, really bad. Probably their childhood trauma, probably their past relationship or whatever that is, but it really fucks them up so bad, up to the point that they rely on themselves a lot more than they would rely ever to somebody else. So you're dealing with somebody who's very, very independent. Okay? So yeah. Right, so I think that's it for my end of 2019 reading. I really hope that you guys enjoy and find like a lot of clarity through this reading, and I hope you have a really, really great Christmas and a great New Year ahead. All right, bye-bye guys. I love you.
If I love you and you love me, let's plant a seed, watch it grow into a tree, baby. Why don't we grow some nectarines, baby? Why don't we grow a little